What's up, YouTube? So we've come across this, and I had to immediately jump to it. All right, so they says, "What's I guess your scoop on pregnancy?" Because that picture there, and she's fruity. Girl says, "If a man tells you he don't want a baby and you still decide to have it, I feel as though he shouldn't be held responsible for that child. He told you he didn't want it up front, so if you still have it, you should be prepared to be a single parent. That was your choice." Let's see all the mad women in this thread. And she responds to herself quite a few times. I guess I'll read them all. Not saying he ain't a bitch. Not saying he ain't take it. It ain't take two. It don't take two to create a child. But in the end, men don't have no type of say so if a baby is kept. Say so if a baby is kept. And that's not fair because just like women don't have to be ready, sometimes men aren't either. Now, I'm gonna just go ahead and just bypass the whole bitch part since she's agreeing with me. Whatever. I'll sell my dignity. People really just don't be ready for kids or ready for more kids for reasons of their own, and men have no choice, and rather a woman will keep the child or not. How can you force that on somebody who can't force it on you? So what do y'all tell a woman who doesn't want a child by the man, but the man does? I really would like to know. You gonna tell them to take responsibility too, or does it change now? What if somebody said you have to keep a baby you ain't want? You had no choice. No matter where you are, you at mentally or financially, this is now your responsibility. Come on now, like babies don't change everything. I'm finally glad to hear a woman actually speak on this in a logical manner. Again, it's been said time and time again by men. We just want the same decision as far as you go. Like she said, yeah, it takes two to do it. But if we're upfront, like yo, and I've had this conversation with many women, and they all come to the same thing. If I tell you up front, you don't want it, or wear a condom. Okay, if up front we're agreeing that you're on birth control, I don't understand we're agreeing. We have an agreement. So if you go back on that agreement, and now all of a sudden, oh, but you knew she could at any point, and I've actually had a woman tell me that. Oh, you know she can do this. You know she can do that. But yet, somehow, knowing the man is any wrongdoing, whether he's an abuser, whether he's a cheater, the whole nine, it somehow is never brought up to the woman. Oh, you knew that. You knew he was going to cheat on you. You might as well stay. You never hear this. She says, I hate going back and forth, so I'm going to start replying to people. Keep telling me what you think, though. Heart stars. Some of y'all only saying what y'all saying because y'all know for a fact you wouldn't be able to take care of a child by yourself, but that's a different conversation because you shouldn't have to. But if you can't and they don't want it, you have no business bringing that baby in this world. Ricardo. Homie had a choice of raw or protected condoms. Protected sex. So to say a man didn't want it doesn't show in actions. That's just simply says okay. But Omar, you sound dumb as fuck, bro. Having sex with a condom ain't the same feeling unless you enjoy penetrating with. Okay, he didn't word that. I'm assuming he didn't word that correctly. Like I just said, actually, if we have an agreement, what the fuck? We have an agreement. I don't understand this. Okay, so why can't I agree to having a child with you and then going, never mind. You knew I was going to change. Why can't it be that way? It's the same fucking logic. Wiz says, if he didn't want a baby, he should have took appropriate steps before he gets someone pregnant. Freddie replies, no, they should have took the steps. You shouldn't be having unprotected sex with a man not knowing if he wants kids or not. You're the woman. When you get pregnant, the responsibility falls on the mother regardless, no matter what they choose to do. Now let's go to that first sentence where she says they should have took steps. One of those steps, and this is why the way we look at sex now is so terrible. You should be planning things in your life. So when you come to this point where, oh, I just want to have casual sex. Well, you know this is a possibility, right? Right? That's what we're saying for the men, right? So now all of a sudden, that logic is thrown out the window. We gotta kind of change how we look at sex if we want to stop this bullshit from happening. Because neither side, we're not giving either side any accountability. But then at the end of when it's all said and done, now we're trying to force accountability. It can't work like that. Wiz replies, that's what I was getting at. Conversation needs to be had about birth control and condoms. If he didn't want to be a dad, he shouldn't be having unprotected sex with someone not on birth control. Same for the female. She shouldn't be messing with someone unprotected if she isn't ready for it. Daniel, let me flip this around really quick. What if he wants to keep the baby and you don't? Should you be forced to keep the baby because he does? Fruity says, I said that already. Read the threads, people. Come on now. Making my phone tweet for no reason. Ruben says, I agree. I know guys that wanted to keep their baby, but the women didn't want to keep it, so they had abortions without caring about the guy, what the guy wanted. I feel like it goes both ways and it ain't cool. Y'all get dumber and dumber on this app each day. Oh, Missy. I'm not sure if it's like makeup or not, but she don't look that bad. How long ago did she post that? Almost a day ago. 17 likes, 300 followers. She's a career woman, no kids. Fellas, how will this end? She's a career woman with no kids. How will that end? Slim, no, you're fucking not. You're just slim. Yeah, I give her the thick part. Who did she have take that goofy ass picture? Okay, I give her the thick part. Alright, back to the thread. Row. If a man isn't ready to take care of a child but willingly chooses not to use protection, then that man needs to grow some bigger balls and man the fuck up. What the fuck is prepared to be a single parent? That's disrespectful as fuck if they both willingly didn't use condoms. Again, are you not paying attention to the... You're right, read the whole thread, because again, if you flip it, you're not singing the same tune. You're not. And then, but actually when you flip it, it usually goes around of, oh, what is her body? You can't force her to use her body to do this. You can't force her to do... How come you can force me to use my time, my money? How come you can force me to do something? I couldn't force you to do anything to your body. But now that your body has pushed that shit out, you can force me to go to work with my body to give you what comes, the research that comes from that. We can do that now? If I can't force you to do anything with your body, you damn well can't force me to do anything with mine. And that includes me going to work to pay for the damn thing. He should terminate his parental rights too. That doesn't work. I already looked it up. Trust me. I'm looking just in case a chick says, "Oh yeah," I end up in a situation in which I have all my conversations with women prior to this. I have them. I fucking have them. But just in case this bullshit pop up, I've researched it. You can't just sign your rights away. Not as a man. Don't know why, but you can't. You don't want to take care of a kid when it's hard. Then you don't get the social media clout for taking care of it. Where the fuck did this come from, Tori? Get off Twitter. Most definitely. If you're ready and he isn't, you can't force or blame him for being absent. I mean, well, you can't blame. You can blame him, but you can understand it as well. So I don't know if that's what people mean when they say you can't blame, because I think that's one of those words that's used out of place a lot. I tweeted exactly the same thing and I got attacked as fuck. Fuck. I agree with you 100%. Sarah looks absolutely delicious. No. Radiant. I see what you're saying and I understand. However, and supposed to be like a little comment after however, but however, in some cases, men be the first ones to want to break inside of you and then want you to get rid of his baby as if it wasn't a risk. Yes, it takes two to make a baby. I don't know. I can't explain in limited characters. Well, you actually have double will be used to, but go off. Again, it's been said time and time again. If a dude, you being the woman, because y'all got power, remember? Y'all always got power till y'all don't. But a man telling you, you're the woman. So if a man wants just to come in you, don't you kind of have the right to exercise? Hey, nigga, don't do that. Don't you? I just think some girls want to get pregnant and do trap guys, but some guys are just dumb to think they can fuck raw and forget pregnancy exists until she says it and doesn't want to abort. Free peps, and still as a female, that's her responsibility to know where his head at before letting him fuck on her raw. Not saying you ain't right, cause you are, but women are responsible for their own bodies. Do y'all understand the theme she's going with, the logic she's going with? She says, yeah, a dude can definitely be a deadbeat. A dude can be not shit. A dude can be all types of trifling shit that you want to call him. But if you want to avoid the headache, don't have sex with a dude, especially raw, if you ain't trying to get a headache. Period. You can say the same thing to men. If you ain't trying to get drugged in and out of family court, don't have sex with them. But it's still the same message. People, stay out of this bullshit. It's very simple. Very simple. Very simple. Very simple. Nutella. Why is she Nutella? She chocolate? You're not chocolate. Why are you Nutella? And then you don't even have pictures. Ooh, I see why she called Nutella now. I disagree 100%. There is no excuse in the world for someone not to be responsible for a person they helped make. The fact that you can think something like this is beyond me. Okay. It was also a joint choice to not put a condom on it. I think this is gonna be the last one because this thread is a little long. Somebody says, women quick as, I think she meant fuck, to say, my body, my choice, when they want to get an abortion. But I bet when they don't take the father feelings into consideration when they decide to keep a baby, so I agree. So that's that. And she brought up this is the last one because of the argument she brought up. Just a reminder that protective sex will never be absolutely 100% effective. And the response was, that's why doctors always advise you to have 2 forms of protection, LOL. One being birth control and the second, a condom. Okay, so who's that argument for? Who is that argument for? Because here's what I want to do with that argument now. If a woman says this, the argument is, oh, we did use a condom, but it broke, so now we kind of just have to have the baby. And the guys, or if she wants to get an abortion, is, I did use a condom, it broke, and then you have some about 50-50 people supporting her saying, oh, well, yes, I understand. But of the people who support her in that, if the dude says, yeah, I use protection but the condom broke, so she on her own, she won't keep it, I'm pretty sure most of them will say, you are fucking deadbeat, fuck you, you need to take care of this kid. And that's really a good way to end this. To show how, if you're a dude, you are in this arena, this reproductive arena, you are fucked. Be right, not positive. I'm out.